In today's world, everyone is looking for new ways to save and create energy. Whether it's going green with renewable energy, like solar and wind, or saving energy with new, energy-efficient products like LED or CFL light bulbs. But no matter how we get our energy, or how we want to save it, one thing remains the same. We use electricity in almost every facet of our existence.
One of the biggest problems with all of the renewable energy sources is distributing the energy, getting the energy from one place to where the consumers are or where the industry is. And our power structure our power grid is a 1900 power grid. And what everyone agrees is that we need an investment in that kind of infrastructure because we need a way to distribute energy that's produced in the daylight over here or when it's windy over there to other places.
And while we all know of electricity as the shocking force that can come from electrical sockets at home, what it is scientifically may help us better understand why our current grid needs a serious tune-up.
So electricity, we usually think of as the motion of electrons, the motion of charged particles. We use electricity to move energy from one place to another in the form of moving electrons. So all matter is made out of atoms, and atoms have electrons orbiting nuclei. And so electrons are the small negatively charged particles that surround all the atoms, and when you expose them to an electric field, they can move and they can carry energy.
So we know that electricity can carry energy from one place to another, and in one sense, power plants make energy in one place and get it to us from distances far away. But how did we even find out about electricity?
Well, the first electric phenomena that people probably noticed was either lightning or static electricity. These are examples of electrons jumping from one place to another, and it creates sound and it creates light. And so these are some of the first ways people noticed that there was electric phenomena, but people didn't understand it. The first person to understand electricity were people like Ben Franklin and Alexander Volta, who started doing the first experiments at the end of the Enlightenment in the beginning of the 1800s.
And it was experimentation by many of these great minds that helped to bridge the gap between observed phenomena and practical use. One of the first steps was the basic proof that all of these events were even the same thing.
Well, one of the most famous experiments was where Benjamin Franklin showed that lightning was the same kind of thing as static electricity and the same kind of phenomena as when you rub fur against glass and one of them gets statically charged. And so he literally captured some lightning in an electrostatic jar and was able to show that it was the same kind of thing as static electricity.
From there, it's a matter of creating power and transporting it, the two exact problems facing us today. While we have developed new and exciting ways to generate electricity, we're still dealing with the same problems that Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, and others dealt with over 100 years ago.
There were a lot of technological steps. And one of the hardest things about using electricity is that most of the ways you try to organize it, you waste most of it. So it took a long time to figure out the right way to distribute energy through electricity, and it's still a very hard problem to make sure you're using it the most efficiently.
An estimated 7 to 10% of our global energy needs are directly related to lighting. Lighting is basically, in one way or another, sending energy over a conduit, which then entails producing heat as well as light. What's truly incredible is that with all this modern technology currently in existence, we're still lighting our homes, our communities, and our schools with this outdated and inefficient technology. In fact, it's over a century old.
How did the great minds of the old days solve the problem of delivering energy to people's homes, offices, and communities? It comes down to current, which is the way electricity travels from one place to another over a conduit, such as electrical wires. Two leading theories on current eventually emerged, from Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla.
There was a debate in the 1800s as to what was going to be the most efficient way to send energy with electricity. And Edison argued that DC was going to be the best way. The electrons would flow from one point to another point, and in the process they'd carry the energy. Tesla and Westinghouse figured out that with AC current, since the electrons were oscillating back and forth instead of moving, you really reduced the resistance in the wires, and you could send power through wires over much longer distances with much less loss.
While that solution worked well enough for the late 1800s, it's the same solution we're still using today. Our understanding of electricity, ways to produce it and ways to use it, have advanced significantly over the 20th century. In the 21st century, we have reached a point where we need an enhanced electrical grid to keep up with all the advancements currently being made. Fortunately, Congress has taken action to address this issue by passing the 2007 Energy Independence Act, which not only brings about more efficient uses of electricity, but also has provisions to upgrade our antiquated power grid to smart grids. Delivering smart energy to efficient technology gives us the horse, as well as the carriage, to light our energy future.